Brian, that first half I said in commentary, it was, really positive. You would never have known that was a side that was bottom of the league. It was so good going forward, and everyone looked confident on the ball, comfortable on the ball as well. What for you went wrong in the second half?
Yeah, so I'm not trying to be smart. For me, the only thing that went wrong was we conceded a goal from nothing. And at the moment, it feels like that's been our lot recently. We gave Sunderland virtually no chance on Saturday. And tonight we gave Shrewsbury little or nothing when they scored. And that can change the flow of the game, and it did. And it just highlighted, I suppose, the fact that we missed so many good chances in the first half. And like I said, at the moment, it feels really hard for our players, but they're giving absolutely everything. And in the second half, we still created good chances. Jimmy Keohane had a great chance, and Stephen had a couple of good chances. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. There is no hard luck stories, and the only way we can change our run of form, our results, is by being incessant in trying to improve our performances all the time.
And the players are all with you on that front. I know you've had a lot of injuries and the tiredness in the legs. They're all still doing as much as you can ask them to do, I imagine.
Yeah, I think I want to be careful that I don't come across as making out that everything's great. The lads are hurting and they're feeling really disappointed, but only because of the efforts they've put in. And if you were to accuse me of always protecting your players or sticking up for them, I would say absolutely, because I've seen what they've done from pre-season right the way through. And I won't keep harping back to it, but on this occasion I will. We were predicted to be relegated by Christmas, have no points after 10 games. And the players have changed those perceptions by the performance they produce. Now, we're on a very difficult run. I accept that. The home form has been abysmal in terms of our results. Where we are in the league table is very disappointing because we believe we're much capable of being higher up the league. But the lads are giving absolutely everything for the club. And as such, whenever they need reminding of what's needed, I do that like I did last week against Burton. But against Sunderland and against Shrewsbury, the only thing that I can be slightly critical to the players of, and I was, is that towards the end of the game, we start doing little things that aren't part of the plan. And, our chances in the first half came from the players being really focused on where they should be, how we get players in the box, how we are aggressive, how we want to take no step back. And towards the end of the game, we became a little bit disheveled and started doing things that were a little bit desperate. And that won't help us to change where we are. It'll just prolong it. As long as we remain focused on what we can do, it can change really quickly, but it doesn't feel like that at the moment.
Now, at the moment, we know there's obviously no fans in the stadiums, and all you've got is social media. I know there's a virtual fans forum coming up tomorrow. There's quite a bit of toxic stuff out there as well. Do you read any of that? Do you take any of it to heart? Have you heard what some of the fans are saying about the team at all?
To be honest, every fans forum we've had at the club has been a breath of fresh air, irrespective of the criticism or what they want to ask me about. Like I said, every fans forum we've had at the club has been a lot of good questions, a lot of difficult questions, but really constructive explanations and good conversations. And this season, obviously, without having our fans here, I'm aware of the whole social media presence and what it looks like. But I've still met loads of people around Rochdale Town, and the support for the team and for the players has been amazing. I'm not stupid. I understand how disappointed the supporters are and where we are. But I think I always listen to everything. So I played on the Keith Hill, and we had some really difficult days, and he would listen to what the supporters were saying. And I'm exactly the same. I would listen to what any supporter is saying, have a really good discussion, give my opinion, take on board what they say. And whenever there's, strong feelings about what we're doing, always take it on board. But you'll appreciate at the moment I can't take on board thousands of different opinions about what we can and can't do based on what a social media thing looks like. We understand what the fans are feeling, but the only way we can change it is by working really hard and putting it right in the next challenge, and that challenge is Saturday.
And I ask this obviously with the greatest respect I can. This is a really poor run. Are you still feeling like you are the man who can get Rochdale out of this position at the moment?
Yes, I never ever want to justify my job or tell you what I've done for the club. Like I said, at any stage, if the club say to me, "You're not the man for the job," I will tell everybody what the club has done for me, not what I've done for them. What I will say is that the players are giving absolutely everything, and And I've been really blessed with my staff. I've been amazing. The challenges we faced in the summer were to recruit a competitive squad on the lowest budget that we've ever seen in League One, and far and away detached from anybody else in the league in terms of what we could do. And the recruitment team, aided by some outside sources, put everything in to make us competitive. What we've seen is at different stages of this season, when we've missed players, significant players for a significant time, it has cost us points, and as such has seen us fall lower down in the table. But my staff have worked around the clock to produce a team that is competitive in the league for large periods of the season, and has developed players beyond what we did last season. So we're still developing a lot of young talent that remains and is very valuable for the club moving forward. But like I said, it's easily to get distracted by that, and I understand nobody wants to hear me speak about that at the moment, when it's such a difficult moment for the supporters based on where we are in the table and what run we've been on. You rightly say we're on a disappointing run, but I will say that the staff and players have done an amazing job at different stages of the season. It doesn't feel like it now, but can we turn our season around and finish the season strongly? Absolutely. But there's no guarantees on where we can end up. But you know, people have wrote us off for a long time, and determination within the change rooms to turn that right and prove them wrong is absolutely stronger than ever. And can I do it? Absolutely no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Do other people believe that? I can't control it.
And just a final question: you've had your, this is one of the lowest budgets, or the lowest budget in the division. I know the budget was going to cut, I believe, from the amount of money you would have had for this season. Is where Rochdale are relatively then realistic, would you say? Is there expectations that are too high if this is a team with the lowest budget? You're punching above your weight to do anything but survive relegation, then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but again, it can come across as me wanting to justify my position or justify my job. At our club, since I've been a player, a coach, and now a manager, we've always wanted to punch above our weight. And within our dressing room as a player, we didn't really care what was said about the club or where we should be. And that ties into what the supporters don't want. They don't want to hear me say how difficult it is for us or how hard or where we should be. They want to challenge the outside world and prove that we can be in this division and can beat the big teams. The reason I have to speak about the budget or outside influences, previously Keith would always say there's a context to what we're doing, and I have to, on behalf of the players and my staff, explain to you how difficult it was for us from a performance part of the club to accumulate a squad under such challenging financial circumstances, and deal with the loss of key players over the course of the season, where previously a 1 or a 2 week injury would mean that you miss 1 or 2 or 3 games. Now it means that the likes of Matthew London missing 6, 7 or 8 games. That's a major difference for us this season in terms of the way it's been constructed. So, people may not care about the context. They may say, well, you're on a really bad run, the performances have been awful, and your home form has been abysmal. And I would say, absolutely, I couldn't disagree with you. But I would say there is a context here to what we're doing. If you want to understand that and accept it, fine. If you don't, I think it's fine to criticize me and say, you've done a really poor job. But I think my staff and my players have worked incredibly hard to make us as competitive as we are. And we still believe, with everybody fit, we put on some brilliant performances this season.